enough anyway. Okay, good morning.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Tim from ChowderMecca.com here, the one and only. Welcome to episode, 16 of Gunpla Talk?
Yeah.
Crazy,
Well,
right?
Drive.
So today we're going to be talking about a couple things. The main topic that we've got for you today is we're going to be going over the evolution of Bandai's production process and some of their technology and milestones. We're going to have a conversation about that. We're also going to have a report from Josh about the Australian GBWC event from 2 weeks ago. If you read the post, I said 1 week. I actually copied and pasted it from the week before, which we do have to apologize to you guys. Sorry for the reschedule. Some crazy stuff went down last week with a bunch of the guys, and we had to kind of pull the plug on it. So, like I said in the update last week, the silver lining is that you're going to have 2 episodes of Gunpla Talk this month. So, look forward to that. But without any further ado, I want to introduce my, as always, awesome co-hosts. We've only got the 3 of us today. Simon and Justin could not make it. Justin is weathering a storm right now, and Simon doesn't have any internet because he just moved. So it's just going to be me, Zach, and Josh for today's episode. So, guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Josh, go ahead, start it off.
Yep, I'm Josh Rodera. I'm from Brisbane, Australia, and I've been in the Gunpla for about 3.5 years now. And you may know me from the GBWC last year with my Sananju and my Zeta that I didn't get to finish this year for the GBWC. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and on this show every month. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Zach, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Zach, otherwise known here where you are online as ZakuAurelius, and yeah, I've been into Gunpla for about 28 years now. So just been into Gunpla
for 28 years, man. You're old.
Yep.
I
mean,
it's actually been that long?
As soon as I came out, I was just like grabbing my hobby knife.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you came out straight away, like, screw you, P Bandai! Just already know about P Bandai.
Nice.
Yeah, because at the time I was in America, so I was like hating on P Bandai.
Yeah.
Wow, showing the love for P Bandai. Cool.
We'll have plenty of chances to talk more about it later.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so since just the 3 of us, let's take a look and get a check-in from all 3 of us about what we're working on. Me, I'm real simple. I am working on my new website. And also the Blue Destiny still. The Blue Destiny is kind of on pause while I'm working on the website. Getting really close to being done. It's looking really cool. I like it. I think you'll like it. All of the creative tip tutorials that I've done on Facebook are on there, all updated and everything, looking real pretty. Also tying the store into the site as well and moving it off of Store Envy because I know how everybody loves that. But it should move a lot smoother and it should just be better overall. So that's what I'm working on. So Zach, I see you're working on something. What do you got going there, man?
Me?
No, the other Zach.
Okay, sorry, your audio is a little broken up. I don't know if that's just for me, but
yeah, your connection's chopping in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I am working on just. I painted the backpack here of my Dragon Momoko Strike Noir kit that I'm painting up. I'm just now just putting it together. Here's what the mobile suit looks like. Changed up the colors. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
The lining on the head is done, but otherwise there's no panel lining or anything else done quite yet on it. Really like the purple accent there.
Yeah, the purple's a great color.
Very happy with that.
Yeah, definitely a good accent.
The body and then like the wings here will be like this, and then there's the sword part there too. So yeah, that's just working. This last thing I just have to paint is just the weapons, the guns, and the connection parts from the backpack to the wing parts. And the E3 is still, like at least it was last time we talked, because I'm still waiting for the decals. Apparently, I've checked, and he says that I shouldn't worry, because they should be coming. I'm worried. It's been like almost 2 weeks. And from Hong Kong to Korea shouldn't take that long for just a small envelope.
Damn.
Yeah, if somebody tells you not to worry, that's a first sign that you should worry.
Yeah, I guess so. But, I mean, I trust Samuel, but I just think it could be something else that's like not actually in his control. Like just the mail service and stuff, something.
He's usually pretty reliable, so we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Give it a few more days.
Awesome. There you go. Well, good deal.
Yeah.
So, cool. Josh, what are you working on, man?
What I'm working on, I don't know if I showed this last time. Have any of you guys built a Evangelion kit before?
I
have not.
The Kotobuki one.
This is
Bandai
Bandai one. And it ends up being taller than a master grade. But I started watching the cartoon, and I grabbed one of the kits, and man, it's a really cool kit. Once again, Bandai doing really cool stuff. The elbow actually has a working plastic elbow surrounded by a softer sort of rubber, and it comes on its own frame, kind of like a real grade inner frame does. So you can bend the arm, and the rubber actually moves as well, and it's all enclosed. So that was a cool break from doing Gunpla. And aside from that, I had back order for a long time 1/100 Curios, standard kind of high grade, and I did a reprint of these. And man, it's just a great kit. It's one of my favorite 00 designs. So I just snapped that together the other day, and that was just a nice build. Yeah. And yeah, sorry.
No, I was going to say, let me ask you a question now.
Back into stock.
Now you just.
I saw that.
Sorry, Zach. Zach?
Oh.
Did we lose him?
No, he's still there. It's just low frame rate. Okay, you can go.
Up. Anyway, so let me get this straight. So you just started watching Evangelion?
Yes.
Have you ever seen it before?
I remember when I was younger seeing it on kind of channel late at night, and I didn't really know what it was.
Okay.
And then I'm like, man, I really should watch this show. And actually, no. I remember my friend showed me there was like a movie edit of it. This is a few years ago, and he showed me some of that, and we were watching the angels come in. But no, I'm pretty much new to it, and hot damn, it is good.
Okay, cool. All right, so for everybody out in the chat, don't spoil it for them. Whatever you do.
No, don't.
No spoilers.
Yep.
Jeez. Anyway.
Cool. Yeah.
You haven't finished the series, Josh?
Not yet. So what I'm doing is I think they've remade the episodes into 4 kind of movies, and they're up to movie number 3, and everybody's waiting for movie number 4 to come out. So I'm finishing movie number 3, and if I don't wait till...
Oh, well, no.
Wait. No? Is that not... Have I ruined it?
No, yeah.
The movies in the series are different.
I knew they were different, but I thought I'd read some reviews and stuff, and people did say that the movies they were cool in a way that they made the story a little bit more, I don't know, tangible to the mind. Or what do you recommend? Should I stop and go watch the series?
The rebuild movies are different for a reason, because it's not just a retelling of the story.
Oh, so it's
so you have to watch. Yeah. You of course don't have to, but you should definitely watch the original series first and then watch the movies.
Well, I am really liking Evangelion, so I don't mind watching a whole lot more of it. So, okay, I'm writing this down. Original series. Okay, I've been schooled. Okay. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Noobtown, population me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not at all, man.
No, that's fine. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and something else. Actually, I'll do a screen share. Show my Zeta. Can you make me up on the main screen, Zach?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, cool. So this is, as everybody might know, I was working really late the night before to finish my Zeta, and this is the first time I've painted a full kit, so I didn't realize how long it would actually take. So this is what he's up to so far. He's all assembled, and what I'm doing now is I'm double checking to see if I want to add any extra details to him, and I'll put up this is a before and after shot, so you guys can see how the proportions have kind of worked out. So what I'm up to now is I'm choosing some spots to paint some kind of different colored grays. I'm going to do some darker grays and a little bit of lighter grays to break it up a little, and also work out where I'm going to put some of the decals that I'm going to put on. So he's nearly done, but now that I've got a little bit more time, I'm going to spend a little bit more time adding some extra hoses and some extra details and a little bit of different gray color. So that's what he's up to so far. But I've got a funny story, I think, that I've been having dreams about my Zeta. Last year, when I finished my Senanju, I had to keep it safe for about 4 months before I took it to Japan. And I don't know if any of you guys have sleepwalked before. Have you sleepwalked or anything?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I used to when I was younger, so I think what it is just my mind is a bit active when I wake up. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and it was like my dream had overlaid over my real life. And I wake up at like 2 a.m., and I'm like, oh crap, all the Senanju parts are all over my bed. What the heck am I going to do? And I'm so worried about these parts that I'm going to break them and not be able to take it to Japan. So what I would actually do is, in my dream, I had Senanju parts lying on my pillow, and I couldn't lie down on my pillow because I'm going to break them. And of course, I have my eyes actually open looking at my pillow, and I can't see these parts. But in my mind, it's like, they're here, you just can't see them. And so what I did is I woke up in the morning, and my pillow was on my pile of Gunpla boxes to the left of my bed. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I remembered my dream. I actually put my pillow to the side of my bed so I could check it in the morning when I woke up for parts. So this is what happens when your brain is super into a build and you partially sleepwalk. So yeah, so that's what's been happening now with my Zeta. Now I'm dreaming that I've got Zeta parts on my bed in the middle of the night that don't exist.
All
That's
right.
it. Yeah. So
Awesome.
it's really weird.
All right, kids, don't do drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't sniff paint fumes. I think that's probably more adequate.
That's probably it, yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, dude, that Zeta looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Makeshift mask and hose when you're painting.
So what's that, Zach?
Said don't use a makeshift mask and garden hose
Yeah.
for your ventilation when you're sleeping or when you're painting.
Nice. Inside joke, everybody. Inside joke. That's funny. All right. Well, good deal. All right,
Yeah.
Zach, free up the
Yeah.
screen for us here.
What's up?
Can you free up the screen?
Yeah, sorry. It's the stream seems to be kind of broken up. I wonder if it's on my end.
Yeah, I think
everybody seems to be.
on.
It's kind of you. Sorry.
Hearing you guys broken up, and people are saying that I'm so sorry about that.
that's right.
You guys can hear me. Anyway.
Can you free up the screen?
So, moving on, shall we?
Yeah. Can you free up the
Yes.
screen?
Sorry, there you go.
There we go. All
Now it's
right.
working.
So, sorry for the technical issues, everyone. All right. So, moving on from that, I guess we have some news, right?
Yeah,
You have
I've got
news?
this stuff
You've got news.
here. Got news. I'm going to screen share this and present. Okay, this is just a few pictures I just pulled up of just some newish stuff. This is obviously everyone's favorite. The Strike Freedom is going to be an upcoming HG Revive kit.
Oh yeah.
So, woo! Obviously, that gold I'm sure is going to be like this molded gold, like that Bandai does, like with HG kits. So probably it's very similar to the Hyakushiki that just came out.
Have you done any side-by-side builds of an original HG and a Revive HG, Zach? Like kind of within the same like.
No, because I haven't. No, I haven't because I don't have any of them here.
Okay.
Like on hand. Thing like the only really old HG kits that I have would be like a really old HG Zaku kit. So if they make a Revive Zaku, I could do that, but otherwise I don't have any of them to do that.
That'd be a kind of nice comparison to have it fresh in your mind and in your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, but yeah, I just haven't. So anyway, but yeah, this the Revive Freedom had quite a lot more stickers, I think, compared to the other Revive kits so far. So I'm sure this one too will as well. Hopefully, it looks like the part separation on this, from what I can tell just from this photo, which is the actual kit, what I can tell from the photo, it looks like the part separation is better. Like a lot of those red parts looks like are actual parts.
Yeah, it might just.
It could just be
end of the hip guns. That might be some red stickers there, and then the rest look like they're parts.
Yeah, it's hard to tell though, because
yeah,
I mean, it's just painted, so it's hard to tell if that's just a good masking or if it's actually a separate.
Watch it be just sticker heaven.
On these, that there'll be some stickers in there. So anyway, there's these photos are out of order, so this is going to be kind of hard, but. This is, I think, the big thing that people are talking about, big in multiple ways.
Oh man, that's
Psycho Zaku.
Those fuel tanks.
Oh man, looks like somebody has a fear of running out of fuel. Hey.
Do you think it's compensating for something?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
The view from behind here. I think it's cool just because like it's so unique. So I'm always into something that's like really unique like that. But man, that's not going to be fun to work with. You're not going to be able to do anything with that.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm interested in the kit too. It's not that I love it; it's just so unique and different that I just want to put it together and see what it's like in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be funny to see how. Like compare the size of that fuel tank to the perfect grade full armor fuel tank.
Yeah,
it's got to be pretty close.
That's amazing. I just can't believe we're getting this as a kit. Yeah, it's so big.
Yeah, but
I saw another photo. I don't have the photo here.
The price point on this thing is outrageous, though.
Yeah, how much is it?
Yeah,
what, 9,000 yen, something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, I think 9,000 plus tax or something. It's almost $100 basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, see, from
you know, like
I saw a couple images floating around. I think either today or yesterday that it came with the stand, the little kind of support stand that it has there. But then also like one of the flying stands, kind of like from like what the XS has.
I was just about to mention that too.
Yeah. So cool. You get options at least.
Yeah, that's good.
When I saw the picture, yeah, like the front of the backpack, it's like not even, I'm sure that they'll be an option to get in under like the crotch of the mobile suit like usual, but from image I saw, yeah, that stand that I think you're talking about. Like, interestingly, someone mentioned that they couldn't see any Hawk on here, which I'm sure it's I have one somewhere in the. It would be on the other side of this lower fuel tank. It would be kind of odd if it has all this stuff and it doesn't include it.
Oh, you there, Zach?
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah. What I might do, Tim, is I might go through and I might do my GBWC recap, and that might give Zach some time to get connection going better.
Yeah, I mean, if the one thing to keep in mind, audience, if you're watching this, if we lose you, check our Facebook page for a new link if that happens. Hopefully we haven't lost Zach, but if we have, he's running the show at this point, and it's on his channel. So if we lost him, you'll probably lose us. So like I said, if that happens, check our Facebook page. We'll get a new link up and we'll get back online. So fair warning to everybody. All right. So bad thing is,
I'll message Zach and get him to make me a screen presenter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See if you can hear through, or I can just talk over what he's showing on the screen.
There you go.
So, man, what do you think of the Bawu, Tim? I think you kind of like it. Oh, there. Oh, wait.
Oh, there we go. Oh, and we lost Zach.
Zach, yeah. Okay.
Shit. All right. So, fair warning, everybody. We will remain on here until we go black, but we will be back very shortly after that. But we'll stay on here as long as we can. So the Bawu, man, I love the Bawu, man.
Yep. What I've realized is because I love the Zeta, the C1, obviously, and then seeing the Bawu again, I'm like, it is so much Zeta. I forget how much Zeta blood it has. The backpack with the wings and the legs and the chest with the vents. Oh man, it's great. Yeah. I'm really happy with the panel line details they put on it. Yeah.
It's not bad. There's a couple that I don't understand that I would probably change. But I think the downside for me is if you've seen the back of it, the back of the legs has just a giant seam line running down the back. And it's kind of in a recessed area too, but they didn't do a really good job at hiding it. So again, we'll have to fix that, but it's not a big deal. It's modeling, I guess. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And yeah, I'm gonna go crazy with it.
What do you know when it comes out?
I don't. I think sometime this year, within the next month or two. Okay. Audience, if you can correct me on that, please do. If anybody knows when it comes out, say it in the chat. You won't win anything, but except maybe some recognition. November. Thank you, Xavier. You're the man, buddy. Xavier's watching. He wins the recognition. There we go.
And awesome. What do you think of the colors? The yellow is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit mustardy for me, for my personal tastes. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I would paint it anyways. So the color of the plastic, honestly, it could be purple, it could be clear, it could be whatever color they want to print it in. It wouldn't matter a drop to me, to be honest with you. But in terms of just people that want to snap it, I think it's fine. If you have seen the line art and things like that, that is kind of a mustardy color. Yeah. It's not bad. It's I think a really good interpretation of the design. So that's my thoughts.
I'm really happy to see on the shoulders that there's inner frame parts on the inside of the top shoulder bits. Because when it's RE, I'm like, oh, there's not going to be inner frame all the way through. But when I saw that, I'm like, yes, good details. That's cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So I can't wait to bash it with a Delta or a Zeta Plus or something like that, and just make something just insanely crazy.
Oh,
So,
that's gonna be so good. Yeah.
hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, so it looks like we lost Zach again. He tried to get back on with us for a few minutes, but it looks like he's no longer on. So at some point, yeah, we're going to lose transmission here, but we're going to keep going again. So I know a couple people in the chat had asked us what Facebook page. Number one, why are you asking that? You should know already. Gunpla Talk on Facebook. So www.facebook.com/Gunpla Talk.
Yeah.
Couldn't be any easier. So we'll post a new link there if we drop. So
yeah.
anyway.
Well, have you got start talking about the Bandai through the years and the technologies and things that we've seen that we like and don't like?
Well, we should probably start talking about Australia GBWC.
Oh yeah. Well, the only thing is I can talk about it, but I can't show many photos because I can't be made presenter on the screen. So stuff won't be that big, but I can talk about it. Yeah.
Oh,
there, Tim?
Zach is, yeah, I'm here. No, Zach is messaging. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so go ahead, Josh. Go ahead and start talking about it. I'm gonna chat here with Zach and see what our options are here.
Okay. Yep. Cool. So everybody in the chat, I'm going to be small on the screen just because we're waiting for Zach, and so I can't be made big. But 2 weeks ago was Australia GBWC, and this is the second GBWC that I've been a part of. And I was working on my Zeta. I took 2 weeks off work, and I pretty much sat down at my desk from 8 a.m. until about 9 or 10 p.m. every day, so about 13 or 14 hours. And nearly got the thing finished. And I stayed up the whole night before.
Hello.
Hey, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yay.
Okay, I thought the whole thing went down when I went out, but apparently not. So.
No, it stays on because we've run into that before.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you got the controls and everything?
I should. Yeah.
Oh, rocking.
I can get back to what I was doing. I think it should be okay now.
Sweet.
Nice. Okay, all back.
Well, let's give the
Fingers
screen to Josh so he can present his report on GBWC Australia.
Okay.
Or we can continue talking about the Bawu.
All right.
That's a good too.
Yeah, good.
There's a few other new things.
Yeah.
We can just finish up through this, I guess. Here, let me just present this. I know you guys were talking about the Bawu when I couldn't really hear you. Unless you guys already, I know, mentioned a little bit about that.
It's so pretty. I like it.
We were just talking about how much.
Yeah, and I saw that you guys were talking about the colors as well, like the yellow. I pretty much agree totally with what Tim said about that.
Yeah,
doesn't really matter a whole lot too much.
It shows that I'm still new to painting, doesn't it?
Yeah, that point, and just the fact that he said that that's the colors it's kind of supposed to be anyway. But yeah, if you like that or not, of course, this is totally up to you. But I like that yellow color just because I pretty much never like just straight yellow, like actual yellow. I always prefer this kind of little bit more orange, like character yellow color. So
a little bit more subdued.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, and anyway, just anything in the RE line is always good news. I really like the line. The other thing, I don't know if you guys mentioned about this, but I'm sure there will be some Bandai variant of that, whether it's like the mass production type or the UC version or the Rebawu. It'll be one of those. I'm sure.
I'm hoping it's the Rebawu because that design is crazy. I love it. When I first saw it, I was just like, I gotta get this.
Did you get the high grade?
No.
You didn't want to spend a ton of money? Oh man.
Yeah.
See, in my crazy thought process, I was like, okay, so how could I build this out of a current master grade? Like, okay, so I see a Zeta, I could see some Delta parts in there, I could see this, I could see that, and you know, that kind of went by the wayside, obviously, and now they got the Bawu coming out, perfect base, make a Rebawu.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be great. And what color is the? Did you say it was a unicorn version, Zach?
Yeah, this unicorn version, it would be like dark green. It's similar to the mass production versus regular green one, but it would also have like the sleeves markings on the chest and maybe on the arms, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, kind of like a Zaku color scheme, if you will.
It's not as bright green as the Zeta mass production type.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just realized something on the Bawu. His forearms, it actually looks like very small versions of the Zeta's lower legs with the vents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never noticed that. That's great. Yeah.
I think that's when
It'd be funny to use.
Go ahead, Zach.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it'd be funny to use Zeta legs and give it some like really huge like Popeye forearms.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, see, somebody's gonna make a super deformed version out of it and do that. Watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I think that's for when it transforms, and the top half separates from the bottom half.
Yeah.
And so the top half, I think that's its propulsion. If you will.
So that's its actual thrusters. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want this kit. Damn it! Looking at this photo just makes me want it more and more.
I know, right? November, man, November.
Damn it! Okay, that'll be quick. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that the last year when Bandai put out that image where they said like it was the suits that they were considering for the RE line, and everyone freaked out because the Kshatriya was on there, like among other things, and the Bawu was not included in that image.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
We so need a RE or a master grade Kshatriya. Xavier, talk to Bandai, make it happen.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyway, moving on.
And finally, everyone can shut up about it.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Then this prototype gun cannon.
I like this.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty cool. Eh? There's a couple other. I'm just noticing. There's a couple other new Origins kits coming out. I don't have pictures up, but anyway, this is one of them. The hands are really weird though. It's just the 3-finger hands.
Oh, like a grabby claw game.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I know that's kind of like goes into the whole like prototype look of it, but I'm probably gonna change out those hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would too.
And these poor guys with this is like the Red Warrior. It's like the only shield they had was for a smaller mobile suit, and they just running into battle with this teeny tiny thing.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't
Well, see,
look
the funny
all that
part
good.
is that I don't even really like the gun cannon, but for some strange reason, I dig this.
Mm.
Yep. I hear you. Same.
Yeah, same for me too. This one's cooler. This is some new version of the Greys in HG
Interesting.
IBO line. I was really liking the look of this before we saw it in color. Seeing it in like full color now, for some reason the design is not quite as appealing to me as it was before.
Yeah, and he's got like his he is actually holding that kind of axe thing. I thought he might have had like a weapon arm or something, but yeah, he's holding that.
With a very large, ugly hollow space there.
Yeah.
Easy enough to fill, but I think from earlier pictures we saw, I think that's actually 2, and I think they can just be pressed together. I think that's 2 axes, but I don't know.
And his shoulders are like, is it the Tyrion from 00?
Yeah, I was
Very
saying the same
similar.
thing.
Yeah, very similar.
Similar sort of style. Yeah, that's cool.
There's this one. There's with shield and without shield, obviously.
So he got to the shield factory ahead of time. He got the big one.
Yeah, he got a good one. This design also looks pretty cool. I think. I don't have a photo of it here to show you guys, but on the new, you know how like in the HG Armed Blood Orphans line they have like the option sets. So I think it's option set 6. I think will be coming out like around the same time as this kit, and it has different options for the faceplate for this. So it has like this gray faceplate on this mobile suit now, but the option set will have some different options for that. Look really cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like that.
I really dig this design, and I'm not really a huge fan of the IBO designs, but for some strange reason, this is cool. It's got my main, beef with the IBO designs are the feet, but the feet on this look actually pretty decent. And if they make a 1/100 version, I think this would be the new grays, where everybody goes crazy on it, customizing it and everything.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
I'd probably do it anyway.
Yeah, I could see this coming out as the 1/100 scale kit, because from what we saw in the trailers, it seems like it's going to be used quite a bit, at least in the first few episodes.
Right.
So, I know that from the plan that we saw, it doesn't look like they're planning to do as many 1/100 scale kits as they did in the first season. I think they're only planning to do like 5 or something out of the second season. So, who knows, that could change, but so I think they're going to be a little bit more particular about which ones they actually release or not in 1/100 scale. There's this new version of the Transient, which is apparently from a Build Fighters manga spin-off.
So there's the Glacier. So is there going to be a white version and then this dark version, or is it just the dark version?
I think just the dark version. Yeah, when we first saw it, it was with white. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay.
That's weird, but yeah, I think it's just only this.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that one. Yeah.
There's so much clear purple on that.
It's so much clear though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very super robot-y,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely has that look. And there's going to be like a magazine add-on weapons too, where like it's like this huge transforming gun thing, kind of sort of similar, I guess, to like the 00 Quant. How it has that huge sword that also transforms into a gun kind of thing, similar to that. That's going to be I heard a magazine pack-in option parts that you can get for this if you wanted more clear parts.
More.
And then this, which I just thought was interesting because it's the first time where they have two different forms. You can choose this one or the jailbait version.
Yes, that's right. Oh man, that's great.
And the fanboys are going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And this, which I think looks, people hate on Seed and people hate on Lycus Klein as a character. I didn't really have too much of a problem with either, but this thing looks just awful.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's from the same line. It doesn't look as, I don't know, high quality as the other ones. Yeah.
The pose, it's just the pose is just ridiculous. Like, what is she doing? Like some magic spell or something?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it represents
a magic spell.
Character at all.
It's like they had her in the mocap kind of center, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this figurized bust thing, and they're like, just do something with your arms, and she's like, what, like this? I don't know what to do, and she's just kind of doing this, and then they just took the photo. Yeah.
Reminds me of that scene from Talladega Nights in the very beginning where Ricky Bobby is being interviewed. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Yep, that's exactly it.
So I don't know. I guess for people who are actually fans of this character and want to get this, maybe it'll have different arm options like the Fumina one.
Yeah.
Like I could see it like being separated there, like where the arm plugs into the main body, and maybe there'll be 2 separate arm options. I would hope, because this is just silly with whatever's going on here.
Maybe they'll have a jailbait version.
Could be, but that'd have to have a whole other body, I think, to get as scantily clad as this one. But anyway, that's all that I have prepared here for that. Like I said, there's a couple other things, a couple other new IBO kit things coming out and other stuff, but yeah.
Rock and roll. Well, good deal.
Those are some
right.
of the main things.
Very cool. Can't wait for the Bawu. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Bawu. All right. So let's get it back over to Josh. Let's continue with his report from Australia, GBWC.
Yeah, Zach, can you put me up on the big screen?
Sure.
Yes, thank you, sir.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the GBWC is down in Sydney, and it was on the 20th and 21st and 22nd of August. So I ended up not finishing my Zeta in time, which I was really sad about. I actually was flying down with my girlfriend, called her up, and I started to get that quivering kind of sadness in my throat because I hadn't slept, but then it was such a big project, and I really wanted to finish it. But it didn't matter. I still went down there, and it was really cool. And the GBWC is actually put on by a hobby store here in Australia called HobbyCo. And one of the main managers, Ryan, he and the HobbyCo team and a bunch of other people from around Australia put in like probably 6 months worth of work to set up this event, organize everything, get all the models done. I think they spent about 3 or 4 weeks, Ryan and a lot of the staff, just building kits so they could have all of this display of hundreds and hundreds of kits. And they were painting them and detailing and top coating them. And I think Ryan he did some of the, what's the new SD line?
X Standard?
Yeah, X Standard. He was putting those together, and he said he was just masking for hours and hours on end, doing base X Standards to make them look good. So big shout out to HobbyCo. They do a lot of work. They pretty much put on this whole thing on their own. So I'm going to be supporting that store a lot, and I encourage people in Australia to support HobbyCo because this GBWC is fantastic to have as an opportunity every year. So I'll get my screen share going, and I can show you guys some photos. Just give me a sec. And excuse me if I do a little teleportation. Okay, can you guys see these photos?
We can see a nice picture of you.
Oh, no, not a picture of me.
So dreamy.
Okay, I'll go back to it. I'm trying to do screen share.
All right, here we go.
Okay, yep, good. Okay.
Yeah, it's showing on the YouTube feed, so that's what matters.
Okay, cool. So you guys can see the big burning Gundam there?
Yeah, on the YouTube feed. I can't see it on ours.
Okay, cool.
For some reason.
So this is the entry, and this is at the Smash convention down in Sydney, and just thousands of people, everybody in cosplay, and this is the HobbyCo GBWC section, and you've got a massive build burning there, which is really cool. And you walk in, and you've got they had build sessions all day, every day. So people will get a little ticket, and they get given one of those starter Gunpla kits and tool set, and everybody sits down and does a build, and then they give a prize away to somebody, a random number drawn from the tables after each session. So these are about half-hour sessions each. So it's really cool seeing so many people. It was booked out pretty much the whole day, seeing so many people sitting down and building. And we also had, again, we had Katsumi Kawaguchi come out for the judging and for the weekend, which is really cool to have the support for Australia. And he puts on some workshops, so everybody was sitting down chilling, watching him doing his modification techniques and tutorials. And big shout out to Thomas from Australia. He does all the live translation, which he says is really hard to do. But he's, good on you, Thomas. And then this is Mark Carlisle, who actually won, I think, 2014 and maybe 13. This guy is a demon with an airbrush. He comes from a background of painting miniatures. And so he does a really cool tutorial on painting and doing highlighting and lighting with just your paints. And he was actually a judge this year as well. And then you had this weirdo guy doing another workshop as well, blabbing on about the Senanju that everybody's sick of hearing about. But this is really fun. So this is my first workshop for the GBWC, and I've got my Madonna microphone on. And it was just really cool. Tommy in the background was filming me over the shoulder so everybody could see the demonstrations I was doing. And I was running through panel line adding, chisel details, how to do extra cutting into armor to kind of fake like there's armor separation and you can see an inner frame. And it went down really well. It was really fun. And these are some shots of the display cabinets. So this is just, it's super professional. It just reminds me of the actual Gunpla Expo in Akihabara. in Japan. They got these massive cases, all branded with all the grades, and the Hobbyco guys had actually built all of these in the weeks leading up to the show. So you can see all the EX standards there, and they're all painted. Yeah. And oh yeah, go.
No, that's crazy. That's it's a lot of building and a lot of painting.
Yeah. It just shows the Hobbyco team. They really want this to get bigger and better every year, and they're really doing it. They put in the effort, and it just turns out awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, Josh. I know I asked it before we got on here, but a couple of people are asking in the chat. They want to know if there's any video of your demo.
Oh, my demo. Sorry to say, guys, no, there isn't. The demonstrations actually aren't filmed. That video camera is just doing a live feed to the TV. But I am working on planning some videos that I would like to do to put online of some demonstrations. So that'll be down the track, but not from this year. Yeah. So then we come into the actual entrance, and they have these cool cabinets all set up with all the entrants from around Australia who've brought their entries in and set them up. And walking around and seeing all these entries is just great. It just takes you like maybe 2 hours to go all around. I think there was about 85 or so entries this year, so that's up from last year. And once again, the quality and the creativity was just great. So I'm going to get some bigger shots for you guys. Let's see what I want to show you first. How about I show you the top placers? Let's see. So this one is second place. This is Chris, and he did Sinanju Stein. And I met Chris, and this is actually the first GBWC he's entered. And he comes from a military background, military model background, and so he wanted to do a really big weathered kit style on the Sinanju Stein, and I'll get up some video for you guys. So you can see here that he's done a lot of chipping and a lot of rust work on the kit, and it looks really good. Let me get another top shot for you. Yeah, so the backpack and everything, and a lot of the rust work, and this was really nice to see in person. So he ended up getting second place, which of course he freaked out about. He couldn't believe that, and here's a shot of Chris and I with his trophy. Great guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to come up with next year. And we've also got, I'll save the first place for the end, but I'll show you some of the other entries. Get down here. This is one of the junior entries. This is actually the winner for Junior A, and they. Oh, let me turn down my volume. She did some bear guys, and her dad has shown her how to do airbrushing and everything like that. So I really like that one.
That's cool.
And stop me at any time. I'm just going to keep going through. Stop me at any time if you want to ask any questions or anything. And this is the junior winner. With Barbados with some Death Scythe wings, and
yeah, that's actually really creative right there. I was kind of impressed by this. This looks really good, and you know the fact that it's a junior, man, that's insane.
Yeah, it's great. The skulls on the shoulders are great, and the fact that this was a white kit originally, and the foam down on the bottom with the kind of the purple lava. Yeah, it definitely deserved the first place in my mind. Yeah. And we've got, there's a Bawu getting some love or some not love because it's actually destroyed. So this is one of the junior entries again. And it's cool to see the juniors putting in the big effort doing battle damage and like a display base and everything with their entries because I don't even do dioramas, so I'm really impressed by that. We've got, this one is from Alan from Economan on YouTube, and he pretty much 3D printed and scratch built this ship underneath his, which this thing is huge. Like that's a 1/100 kit, and the ship below it. So I'm not too sure about the actual lore of this ship. It must be from the anime or the manga. Do you guys know anything about it?
No, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, no. Not just from looking at that, unfortunately, no.
Okay. Well, it's just, man, I just can't believe he made this thing. Just, 3D printing and scratching. So this thing was huge to see. And then we've got big PG Zaku here. I think it's PG or mega size. I'm not actually too sure. And nice hand-painted Shah on the shield there.
Oh wow, that's hand painted. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so it dwarfs the 1/100 over on the left there. Yeah. And this is a.
I'm guessing that's mega size, but
Yeah, it must be mega size. Yeah. So this one is a new that's been customed, and you can see that he got rid of the arm on the left arm, and he actually chopped down the shield a fair bit as well. And he's added all these little teeny tiny details and bits of pla plate all over the kit. And we've got diorama here. This one was just creative to see because it's just a total different like kit bashing it with a tank, and that's I guess that's the is it the Rumba Raw kind of torso and arms?
the mobile worker.
Mobile worker, that's the one. Yeah.
With that huge Kotobukiya drill.
Oh, that's what the drill is. Yes.
I think so. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
This one is from Scott, Ghost of Zeon, big player in the GBWC in Australia. So this is Zagok, and he's added the claws, LED for the eye, and really cool base for it, and a lot of extra panel lines in this kind of metallic red maroon sort of color. That one was great to see in person. And we've got a good old Goof Custom here, which everybody loves. If you don't have good taste. So this one, I didn't actually get to talk to the artist much about it because the head looks different and the chest looks wider, and so does the waist. So I don't know if you guys know, is that some resin parts added in or anything?
You know, the head might be, and the shoulders might be, but the angle on those shoulder spikes are different from the resin conversion that I'm thinking of.
You're right.
The forearms especially are much different. So it's hard to say 100%, but it's very possible.
Is super wide as well.
Yeah, looks like it just had a baby. I was like, geez.
Yeah, so that was a good one to see. And we've got a yeah, I really like this one. This one was really nice in person because it was it's a bit weathered, but it's really clean. And it's the classic scene of the Barbados, just stabbing that sword down. So this one was just a joy to look at in my books. This is one of my top players in the entries. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. Go ahead and continue on.
Yeah. And then we've got a dark matter here. Once again, just really clean paint, which is just a treat to see in person. Yeah. This one was interesting. This one has a lot of different parts in it.
Oh wow!
The longer you look at it, yeah.
There's a ton going on in that.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Yeah, so I really like this one too, just for its creativity. It's just something different to how I build. So when I see it, I'm like, wait, what pieces are in there, and how do they even get it all to fit together? So it's really impressive to see. Yeah, and I like the colors and the choice of doing a gradient on the legs. Doing a gradient and having it look consistent and smooth is pretty hard to do, especially when you're doing white and a color. At least that's what my guess is. Yeah. So I really like this one as well. This one was up on my list of my favorites.
Yeah, I dig that. That's really cool.
Yeah. Some entries you walk by and it just stops you in your track because it's just so creative. This is another one from my mate Kirby, and this is a Barbados that he was working on. Once again, just crazy colors, and he's worked in the hexagon patterns of the masking on the paint. This one again is one that, seeing it in person, the video and the photos don't really do it justice, but in person, yeah, it was just a treat for the eyes. And we've got big, I guess, strike freedom base with some high new legs, Vercar, and a lot of armor trimming and cutting, and some bright orange colors on here. Yeah, so this one was a beast to see in person.
Yeah, I kind of dig it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you would think you would worry about the difference in sizes from the high new to the strike freedom. You know, because the high new is so much taller, but man, it works.
Yeah, it does. I never would have thought those legs would have worked. Yeah. So I had a great chat to the builder of this, giving him some feedback and asking about what he was doing and what he put into it. And then we've got this one. I'm not sure what his actual name is, but it's Vergaia on Facebook.
Yeah.
This is the Roselle that he's been working on for months.
Yeah.
And the work he's put into this in terms of plow plate and everything is just insane.
Yeah, so much work.
And he went with the bold color choice of the strong purple with the orange accents. So this one was cool to see in person too.
Yeah, and that base too was really pretty nice to look at. It lights up and everything.
I didn't get shot of it, so that's got the Roselle's head on the base. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's really cool. What else have we got? Oh yeah, we've got a gun tank entry here. And it's cool to see the gun tank in a darker brown color as opposed to the gray, and some nice battle damage on the building there. And what have we got? Oh, this is funny. Australians will get this a bit more. This one is a little bear guy done in koala mode, and over here, and he's got koalas, of course, eat eucalyptus leaves. So I'm assuming this is a eucalyptus branch. And I don't know if you guys do you have Dryzabone jackets in the States, Tim?
It might be a different name.
Okay, so it's basically a jacket that drovers and jackaroos, and it's famous in Australia for working on the land with horses and farms. And you've got your Dryzabone jacket, which is covered in wax, and it's all leather. So this is the Dryzabone Gundam. He's got his jacket on the back. So this was just great to see at the show. People doing something super creative like this. Yeah, and the little koala guy is great. Maybe
that's cool.
Maybe Bandai should see this and they can make a limited edition kit for the GBWC next year for the Australian guy. And this is a big PG, Titans Mark II. And Kawaguchi really liked this one as well. So there's a bit of battle damage, a bit of weathering done on the panels there. And we've got a behemoth here. Crazy O with some added Gatling guns and some shoulder guns. Changed front skirts. And I gotta show you the back of this. The booty on this thing is huge. It's great. Yeah, so it was a really good mix of entries this year. This one is third place, and I think this was, let me tell you, oh yeah, this is Kirin's. So this is a PG GPO1 and PG Zaku, and the Zaku, I looked at this up close, he actually has done a lot of panel line work on this, and it was really clean, and I had a big chat to him about panel lining on the kits, yeah. And he scratch built if you can see on the background, we've got this big background here with railings and doors and everything. So he scratch built that.
Wow.
Yeah. So once again, these are just great to see in person because you actually get a sense of the size. And we've got another cleaner build Senanju Stein with purple and white, which is just really nice to see in person. That damn kit. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And this actually got gold for
for those of you that have no idea what that gurgling baby sound is we've been joined by a special guest. Noah Rensberger has joined the show temporarily.
Yeah, my son is here also watching the coverage, so.
Oh, cool.
excuse the sound.
He's given his reviews of each of the entries that I'm showing.
Yeah, he's commentating.
Yeah, the last one was a real blah 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 blah.
Awesome.
So you guys might notice this one from the Bill Fighter scene with the dark matter. Kane and the other one, and this one was really cool in person as well. He chopped into the shoulders really well to put these blades in, and this did have LEDs that were going all through the dark matter, but the LEDs broke just before putting it on display. So that's yeah. But this guy, he's won it twice. He won it last year as well, and he's just moved into Open B category, the adult category. So he's in with the big boys this year, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. And he's wondering if he's going to make it 3 times in a row, which will be really cool to see. I'll see if I've missed any here. There's also some other entries. There was some of the first grades from a grade 1 and 2B class. So Ryan from Hobbyco goes out to some of the schools and takes the kits out and gets the kids to do some custom painting. So here we can see the future of custom paint for the Gunpla. Yeah. And this is, if you guys can believe it, this is all done by hand. I don't know if you can tell. But, it's really cool. You can see some glitter on the background here. It's great to see. I can only imagine being grade 1 and 2 how much fun this would have been for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got another entry here. This is I love it when people work in some water. So this is the Freedom 2.0. Zooming across the water, and it's hard to tell what it's actually fighting here. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but in person, a nice 3D kind of dial. And this is one from Scott. This is just Gunpla Builders Australia kind of display, and he's got a Zigok coming out of the water there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then this one is from, let me see, Billy. Billy hasn't been able to enter because he works for Hobbyco, but this is one of his entries when he was able to enter the Powered Spartan GM. And this thing is just loaded with details, and you can see in the background all the weapons that he put together. Even the weapon painting is just insane. So he's actually going to be in the competition this year. Hobbyco staff are allowed to enter. Bandai said there's no reason they shouldn't be able to enter, so we've got a lot of big hitters coming through. I'm looking forward to seeing what Billy's going to do.
Awesome. Yeah,
Okay.
you know, the funny thing about that, if you can bring it back up just for a second.
Yep.
So I love in the back how he mocked up an actual box.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was him, but somebody posted it on the, I think it was the Australian group, with it in a bag. And so many people fell for it, thinking that it was a real kit or an exclusive kit or something like that. It was just hilarious to see because he did such a good job mocking it up. This box, it was just insane.
It wasn't the box; it was even shrink wrapped.
Yeah. I think it was.
It tricked me for a second. I'm like, wait a second, what? Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So just that the level of detail and the extent that he went, man, just so much respect in that. I that type of thing for me is what I really, really look for, and that's just, man, so much respect.
Yeah, this is when they say another level. This is another level.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Noah likes it.
Yeah. Oh, Noah. Yeah, give us some good. 4 blood eyes out of 5.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so now I'll show you guys the first place, Lance's entry. So Lance was 2nd place last year, and this guy is a master of airbrushing. So what he actually did is he did Trans Am, and he got 3 real grades 00 risers, 2 standard kits, and a clear kit. and airbrush the back tube, put it on this base with some foam rock, and had it as if it was zooming through, going into Trans Am mode. I'll get a video up for you guys. It shows way better in video. So he's got the pose the same, as if it's zooming forward. And I'll get a close-up for you here. So you can see that he's done all of this airbrushing over the clear parts to make it look like it's not clear, and then he's done some detailed hand brushing, I can see him here, to show it translating between Trans Am and normal.
Yeah, and this is just so cool to me because I took a look at I think he posted his whip on this, and just the amount of work that went into that one model was just insane. But then having to do same quality on 2 more, man, just so good.
Yeah, and the quality on those back two, it looks like he might have just held them and just spray painted them, fully assembled, but no, he's done good paint coverage on those kits in the background. Let me see if I've got one more shot for you. Here, I've got some close-ups of the knee. There you go. Yeah. So this is one that when I'm there, you're pushing your face up against the glass because you want to see all the details up close. It's really cool. And here's Lance. And he flipped out last year when he was announced as 2nd place. And so I was super stoked when they came to announce 1st place, and he got it. So I've been talking to him about his trip to Japan and what shops he should go to and what to look forward to for the GBWC. So big shout out to Lance. He really deserved it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, good for him, man. He very well deserved.
Very well deserved. Yeah. So I think that should about cover the GBWC. So I'll go back to bring my screen back up. Excuse a little teleportation for a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So it was a great weekend. Hobbyco puts on a smashing event, and all of the entrants, about 80 of us, we went to this Brazilian barbecue place the next night, and we all sat there in the side room having beers and soft drink and eating as much Brazilian barbecue meat as we could. And it's just such a great weekend. And already I'm looking forward to next year. So big shout out to Hobbyco, Ryan, and the team for putting it on. And we're hoping to get more than 100 entries next year. So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. It looked like a really, really good time. And all the photos that I saw on the Australian group, it just looked like a big party, It looked like everybody was just, dancing and having a good time. It looked great.
Yeah, it's really, I didn't get much photos of everybody, but as soon as I got there, it's just everybody hugging, just best friends seeing each other again. And it's just, the people is the main reason why. It's such a good event. Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for the report, Josh. That was really cool. All right, so without further ado, let's transition into our main topic, and Bandai through the years. So, Zach, I think, with you kind of being the review master, you want to start off the conversation and give us your input on what you think about Bandai through the years?
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, though, I was thinking about this when kind of just thinking about what I wanted to talk about for this episode, and realized that of like a really super old like 80s kits, like some of the original line of kits, I have a couple, and I've seen them a bunch, but I've never actually put one together yet. Have either of you guys?
I have some, but no, I haven't actually put them together yet.
Yeah, I've only I'm strictly master grades. So now, mind you, I've put together some really piss poor master grades in my time, but master grades nonetheless.
Well, anyway, all right, then I guess we can speak from experience on the really old kits, but I think it would sort of, I don't know, just chronologically, I guess, makes sense to just talk about those first. I'm sure we're all very familiar with what goes into those kind of kits. And
I got one here. This is the 1144 Marasai. Back my screen up. I love the Marasai. So this is if people don't know what they look like. And here's the old school manual. And you get the runners, and we all know the A-plate runner. There's no such thing. It's just all block color like that. And a lot of it is glue as well to get it to fit together. So yeah, anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, pretty much everything on those kits is just sandwich, just left, like foot, leg, just left side, right side, put it together. That's it. So aside from the proportions being pretty horrendous, the big thing about those old kits is just that it's a lot of seam removal, pretty much the entire thing.
Yeah, that and movement and mobility and posability, I think were big challenges to those kits too.
Right, you're pretty much just stuck in like this position.
Yeah.
Yeah, standing at attention. Yeah.
The RX-782, it's like standing there, and then it has the action pose, and its back foot is just a little bit up, just a little bit.
And the front arm is just raised up like that with the beam rifle.
That's it. You have to wait they have to wait for the Zaku to fly in front of your gun because you can't move your arm at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I don't know. Chronologically makes sense, but I don't know really, I guess, where I want to start. The point, one of the things that I wanted to talk about with this was just about old kits still having a place in our world. I guess we shouldn't totally discount them. So what I like about those really old kits is that a lot of them look pretty derpy. Of course, I think we could all agree. But one of the nice things about them is that when we see people taking like those really old kits and like using the parts of those and basically just like cutting them up and then putting them on like newer kits or something, like especially for a lot of MSV kits, because there's of course that old line of MSV Gunpla kits, which I've heard were like that was like kind of what saved Gundam as a franchise, because those MSV kits got popular when Bandai made those, and like that was kind of what actually set off Gundam being a sustainable franchise.
Oh, really? Okay.
Have you guys heard that story as well?
I have not.
No, I haven't. No.
I mean, because the anime was not that popular, and then like the kits did better, but then I heard that it was just like when they started making the MSV line, then that's like what people really got into, because like a lot of the modelers of like other stuff, you know, like tanks, airplanes, whatever, got more into that, and then I think just having all those different variation designs, I think, is what made it kind of more exciting for people.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening though, because the MSV line had some just crazy concepts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, some of those are pretty far out. So yeah, so I think that's one of the nice things, and that's like I think one of the ones that I have is Zaku Cannon, which is an MSV design. So like the master grade kit of that is amazing because it's using the Zaku 2.0 as a base, but the old 100 scale kit is also still pretty cool, I think. And the nice thing about those is that they also come with water slide decals too. A lot of them. The MSV kits, especially. Let me just grab that. I should be able to show it to you.
Water slide decals, those were the days.
I'll grab a couple of these here that I have. So here, if you can see in the back of there, that big sheet of water slide decals there, behind the runner, but you can see that. So and these kits are super cheap too. So that's a nice thing. This other cool thing, you also get this big sticker there.
Oh yeah, there he is. I so love that logo.
Yeah, it's a penguin with a Zaku head and a missile. So there's an example, and then other one here. This is the real type Gelgoog. This kit.
Oh, look at that box art. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's, the box art is
Real
just
type ones are great too, because look at all those water slides you get with this kit.
What?
Oh,
Yeah. So like, the kit, you know, can be something fun to work on, and you also just got a bunch of water slides, so
Yeah.
that's always good.
I remember buying the older kits just for spare parts, for armor parts, and things you can cut up and get batch and put together.
Oh yeah.
So I think they make really good like project builds, especially like not for beginners, but like once you've got a little bit more experience under your belt and like you've started doing some kind of modification work, maybe something like that, and you have a little bit of experience with that, then I think you can really enjoy those old kits as well, right? It's on my to-do list. I haven't done it yet, but that's why I have those. I'm planning on doing that. Just building those up and just painting them as is. I'm not planning on really modifying them much, but just having fun with those.
Right. Well, I think the next kind of big evolution came with kind of the pre-high grades and kind of the introduction of the polycap. I mean, I think honestly for me, just looking at all of the models and everything through the years, that I think is probably one of the most important aspects and technological advances that Bandai's kind of introduced is the polycap. I mean, because without the polycap, no truly smooth motion. I mean, you can do plastic on plastic, but without precision molding, it gets a little weird. So back then, it was almost impossible to do something like that. But, polycaps, really provide a lot of, just, posability, interchangeability of parts, things of that nature. So, I mean, I think just that one introduction just really changed the game. And, mind you, I don't know if Bandai was the first one to do polycaps, but whoever introduced polycaps, I mean, that changed kind of the figure mecha modeling industry, pretty much overnight, in my opinion. So, and then obviously, what's that?
There's an example I can show for that. I believe, if I remember correctly, you had some polycaps in here. This is the old XS.
Yeah. Yep. The Sentinel series.
Yeah. So I think these kits were really cool, but also really super basic. I think these must have been like some of the first kits to include polycaps. The construction is pretty. I mean, this has a lot more color separation than those really old kits.
Yeah.
But if you can see here, put my light away a little bit. There you go. This has some polycaps in there, so of course it's better. I mean, it's still not great, of course, by any means compared to what we have today. But those kits, yeah, like you said, polycaps did help a lot. The construction was still just basically just sandwich everything. Sandwich. A lot of seam line removal.
Now, are those hands actual plastic or are they polycap material?
I think this was not to polycap hands yet. These are plastic hands. These are just plastic.
Plastic, okay. So I remember when I first started modeling, getting the 144 wing models, and them all having the polycap, the polypropylene hands.
Oh, no.
And me, of course, being an absolute beginner, trying to paint those.
Oh, no.
And to my horror, the paint just popping off. So
yeah.
I think a lot of us learned that lesson very, very quickly, not to paint the polycaps, or at least try to, anyways. So
those polycap hands, yeah, I don't know what Bandai was really ever thinking with that. Why they ever thought that was a good idea. I guess in the on the topic of the history of Bandai, that would be one thing that I would think was definitely a misstep on their part. Just making just plastic. If they want to just mold it all as just one piece, that's fine. But just making just the regular polystyrene, at least, not polycap. Why?
Yeah. When I was building the Ava, they have the softer rubber sort of hands, and I'm putting together. I'm like, wait a sec, what the heck? And it just felt really weird. Yeah, like I've gone back in time or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the my experience with those would be the 1/44 scale turn A kits. Those the ones that have hands, like the Kapul, the Flat, and the Turn X only has one. So basically, just one of the hands on the Turn X, and the Sumo I think maybe has those as well, although I don't remember. I haven't built that one. Anyway, the Turn A has those.
Yeah.
Right. Now, another big evolution step was the RX-78 1.5, where it had the multi-stage injection process. I think that was, at least for me, my first introduction to that type of technology, and just being totally blown away that they had actual moving pieces already created on the runner, and you just popping them out and they're pretty much ready to go. And I was just, when I first saw that, I was just really, really impressed about that. And now today it's hell, I mean, it's common practice in a lot of in a lot of lines. What do you guys think about that? What have you guys seen the 1.5? Have you built it or anything?
No,
You're
I
talking about
haven't.
the Master Grade kit?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't.
Is that similar? Is the molding you're talking about the similar sort of technique for the real grade frames?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still a noob compared to you guys, because I think my introduction to that would have been the real grade. I would have done the Mark II, and the first time I opened up that and saw the frame runner, and then popped it off, and then bending everything together, and I'm like, wait, this is molded inside this, and my brain is just like, I don't know how they do it. So that was my introduction to it, and I can only imagine how amazed and astounded you would have been with the 1.5. But it still amazes me that they can do that, and that it works, and it has enough grip and resistance for the moment that you release it and bend it, that it doesn't go floppy. So they would have to take it into account. So I'm just amazed by that engineering. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the fact too that that kit came out early 2000s too.
Wow.
So I mean, you're talking about 10, 15 years ago. So I mean, that was a huge step that laid the groundwork for a lot of subsequent lines and models and features of great models today. I mean, you got to think the Master Grade New Verka and the Jesta with the posable fingers. Those are all multi-stage injection. So we wouldn't have that obviously without the 1.5 and the technology that they stuffed into that. So I mean that I think that was a pretty huge step forward too.
Yeah.
So
what connections on the 1.5 was those like double moldings? Was that elbows or something?
It was the legs. I'm trying to remember, but I know it was the legs, the inner frame of the legs, like the pistons and things like that. I mean, it had pistons for days, front, back of the ankle. The ankle itself was articulated, and then it went down into a ball joint for even more articulation for where it met up with the foot. It was an amazing piece of engineering, but in my opinion, a shitty model.
It was to say, man, you're making me want to get this. Should I get this?
No, you shouldn't. No,
okay.
No,
here,
just
here it is. Long.
Yeah, there you go.
I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks a mess.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I mean, think about it. Like when I first got this, my only reference to runners was just single pieces on a plastic runner. When I opened it up and saw that, I'm like, I'm thinking like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? But yeah, I mean, you read the manual and everything like that. But yeah, I was not a fan of this particular kit.
Yeah.
Looks pretty alright, eh? Look at that.
Man, just chilling.
Yeah. See, I don't like the connection on the arms, just above the elbows.
Yeah, that looks weird.
That was weak. That was very weak.
Yeah, you can see it like bent weird there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
And the arms were a little flimsy to boot, and I think they honestly, at least in my opinion, they over-engineered this thing. because they wanted to stuff technology down your gullet, but it just for me it wasn't amazing. But like I said, it laid the groundwork for other amazing models.
Yeah. Oh, that's great to know where the kind of history is. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, when you were saying about the multi-stage injection, I thought you were talking about the multicolor injection.
Oh, the A runner, yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh yeah. No.
I was gonna say, just from where we were going in that.
Yeah. Nah, just plastic over plastic, injecting it that way.
I remember I came from a history of just building tanks and planes when I was a kid, so everything was like either gray or black. And the first kit I was the HG Gaia Gundam, and I opened it up and saw the A runner, and that for me was just like, they can do this, and it was just different colored plastic, but man, it just blew me away. Yeah, it was great.
Nice. And even from that, you get into the master grade line, especially back in the 2000s when they had a master grade coming out every single month. The research and development that went into that line was just phenomenal, because they were making leaps and bounds. I mean, if not on a monthly basis, at very least on a yearly basis. I mean, you got to think, to be able to, especially like the GPO1 master grade, again, terrible model, but I mean, they were able to fit the core fighter in that thing, and then have it basically hatch out and look amazing. They could have just done the block and called it a day and not included the core fighter, but no, and they went to work and they made sure that the thing fit inside of the body. Again, it wasn't the greatest model in the world. It was flimsy and floppy, and it was just kind of a mess. But again, that's just that technology that they engineered, and they were able to actually make the thing fit, was just kind of crazy. And then obviously there's the Zeta 1.0 master grade. I think if you've been in the hobby for at least 5 years, either someone who's put it together, or you may have put it together yourself. But I think that particular kit is notorious in the hobby, about how floppy it is and flimsy and everything. Just to get the technology to transform the thing, like it did in the anime, in real life, I mean, respect. But it just shows you how far we've kind of come. To the Zeta Plus, awesome kit, 10 years old, but it's still an amazing kit. To something that we just previewed earlier, the RE Bawu, that transforms, and we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for the Zeta 1.0. So
I was just thinking about being at Bandai in the development department at that time when you said they were doing a new master grade like every month. They must have just made some discoveries with their molding and their kind of ideas. That would have been so exciting to be on that team and just going, let's do the Zeta, and we're going to make it like actually transform and everything. I can just imagine as a development team member, that just would have been so much fun, because you're just like, we can just do this and we can do this, and it's like iPhone 1 to like iPhone 6. It's just leap in kind of capabilities and abilities that they had. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was probably between, I think, maybe 2001, 2002 to probably about 2006, 2007 that, we had a pretty consistent run of a master grade every single month. It was rare that you would go a month without having a new release. And mind you, I mean, we had recolors and stuff like that, and that was, perfectly fine. But you know, I mean, they introduced some crazy, crazy kits back then. You know, one of my favorites, obviously, is the ground models, the RX-79 ground, the ground, you know, Easy 8, the ground GMs, all of those. I mean, they're all basically the same core kit and pieces. And you're talking a decade-old kit, but man, it's still rock solid. Yes, you have to use screws, and you know, it has ABS parts. Wah. But you know, my Blue Destiny that I'm working on, man, the arm joint is still solid. I mean, it's still rock solid from the day that I put the thing together. And it's just again, incredible piece of engineering.
Something
you know,
that
the legs and everything, just really cool.
The C1, the Zeta Plus, he's got like this massive, massive gun, and I plug it into the back of the arm, and he can just hold it like straight out and stand up. And I remember the first time I built it, and I'm like, oh man, he's not going to stand. And he just stood there, and it's like, guys, you got to get over and see this. He's just but yeah, I hear you on the old one. It's surprising how sturdy the joints are. It's so sturdy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And even this, I don't know why people ever really complained about screws, because I didn't really see what the big deal is. You have to put a screw in or not. Like,
I kind of actually liked it because it felt like I was putting it together more. I'm like, screws. Yeah, I love the screws. Yeah.
I mean, maybe they had some screws loose.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, ba-bum-ba. I'll be here all month, folks. Try the veal.
Josh just doesn't get it. He can't get those dad jokes yet. He's not a dad. Me and Tim got the dad jokes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like I just built that Power GM MG kit, and it's using the old GM Type C GM Kai RX-78 for Ka base, basically, and that has screws, and I didn't put the screws in just because I'll put them in later, like in the final assembly, and it works just fine, so even if you don't really use them. Some kits, I guess, you probably need to, but if for some reason you're very anti-screw in your kits, you can get by without them.
Yeah, screw them.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't get it.
They just keep coming.
They do. They write themselves, really. But for the sake of the chat, I will stop, because I know there are some people out there that may not necessarily might like my screw humor. Anyway.
Quit screwing with them.
I've been trying to work out a pun about Philip's head for like the last 30 seconds, and I cannot think of anything.
I think that's okay.
One thing on the that people keep asking me when I was posting my work in progress, they're like, "Man, where'd you get that material tubing and stuff? Where'd you buy all that and stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh man, it comes in the kit. Like you get these little material tubes that you cut and you put it on, and it looks fantastic. And this is like a 2001 kit, and you don't get those. I haven't seen those material tubes in a kit for a long time. So man, old kits for the win, man. They got some good stuff going on.
Oh yeah. Now, mind you, some of the old kits were great. Some of the old kits were really bad too. My kind of bane kit, if you will, is the Alex. That one, man, that one disappointed me so bad. So bad. What's that?
A lot of people really hate that kit, eh?
Oh yeah, dude, it's so bad. So how the current Thunderbolt models have kind of that rubber cloth covering for the joints and everything. So imagine, if you will, those types of joints, but made out of polycap material that you had to slide on to the elbows, and I think the legs, like the knee area, had those too, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong on that, but I know the arms had them, and then I think the shoulders had them too, and it was just really bad. It was very terrible, and the proportions were bad. Yeah, see, there it is.
You see on the shoulders there.
Yeah, I mean, it had clown feet. I mean, look at those feet. Just man, the feet were just so bad. The head was so bad. It looked like it got into a car accident and you know, kind of crushed his head, you know, from front to back. Oh man, I wanted that kit to be so good because I liked the Alex, but it was just so bad.
Yeah, so that's I think what's really hard about that, and why I see when people are talking about kits they want to like Master Grade 2.0. This is one I see people talk about a lot because it is such a cool design. It's a really cool design, and then like the fact that just it's such a disappointing Master Grade kit.
Oh, and that armor! I forgot about the armor.
Yeah.
So, was it not stay on?
What's that?
Was it not stay on?
No, it fell off because no. Well, this is the thing. How that armor went together was on the edges of the armor. You would have like these really, really thin kind of polycap kind of connectors, if you will, and the slightest vibration, it would just pop right off.
No.
And the armor just would not stay on. So that was kind of a disappointing thing. But I never kept the armor on anyway, so it wasn't a huge deal. Yeah, see, it had it on the shoulders. Didn't have it on the knees. Okay.
You can see maybe on the side of the legs here. Small little bits there.
Yeah.
Frame shot there.
Yeah, I remember when this kit first came out, and everybody was just so disappointed in it. I mean, even go back to the that one picture, Zach, with the ankle and everything. Yeah, that one at the bottom there. Yeah. So you see the pistons there?
Yeah.
They're molded in and they don't move.
Yeah.
Oh,
so cheap. So cheap.
That's something that I very much remember is when I first started and I'm putting a Master Grade together and I'm like, there's pistons and they work and they like join in and I'm like, this is so cool. It's like a real robot. And then I think I got my Strike Freedom Master Grade and the pistons are molded in. And and I was just dumbfounded. I'm like, no, it's like having them molded in and me seeing them, but they don't work makes it even sadder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disappointing indeed. One thing that I just wanted to, we can maybe step back for a minute about that, is the transition from into Master Grade. Because like they had the 1/100 scale, there's like 1/100 scale HG kit that they were doing some of before they started the Master Grade line, which I think would be like the closest thing to that.
Like they had the new kind of 1/100 from Shar's Counterattack.
Before it was a Master Grade kit?
Yeah. Yeah, they had
really?
like an old school 1/100 new. And surprisingly, the proportions were okay on it. I've only ever seen one in person once, but it actually looked halfway decent for when it was released. Yeah, surprising.
I'm going to try to find a picture of that here if I can. But yeah, I don't think I knew anything about that.
Yeah, it was the old Shar's Counterattack line. Most of them were 144s. I only think the new...
okay, I do know the line you're talking about now. Yeah, okay. I can picture the box art, but I'm trying to find a picture of it here. Yeah, there was those, and there was like the 1/100 scale wing kits. What else were they doing at that time? That had been like the mid-90s before they started the Master Grade line.
No, I remember all of the high grade, or listen to me, high grade. They weren't even high grade. The 1/100 scale wing kits. And they had a few different oddball lines. Like they had that G unit, like that spin-off from Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
They were all 144s. They had those. They had the old school F91 kits.
Oh yes.
Those were, oh man, they were a blessing and a curse at the same time. And then I think what were they called? The Formula 91, which was different from the F91 series, because they had the Hardy gun in the Formula, and then they had the Magna Cannon, if I think it was called. But then in the F91 series, they had the G Cannon, which was awesome, which I made, and that was like my first custom. But those were like 1/100s, so those were all interesting. But they had like a lot of oddball kind of lines and stuff like that. And I think they might have actually had a 1/100 Zeta before the Master Grade too. I think they might have had one of those. Trying to remember back, it was crazy.
100 Zeta.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, that's the 144.
Here's just the line there. There's the VJs, there's Yakutogas.
Oh, I had the Jagan.
This one, it's funny. There's two different 144 scale versions. This one has the fin funnel equipment. Yeah. The first one does not have the fin funnels. But then the last one in the line is the one you're talking about here.
Yep, there he is. That box art was just cool, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome, man. That's that illustrator is a famous illustrator of like this really old school style like that. That's the guy's name. It's one of the chat will probably know, I suppose.
Now, my friend.
I have this kit.
Oh, do you?
I used it for a kit bash, so like it's all gone now. It's all in pieces, but I actually have it like right here under my desk.
Nice. Now, real quick, the new 1/100. Now, the box art that we were talking about, my friend Clem from Those Gundam Guys, you guys have probably heard me talk about him before. He actually recreated a diorama of the box art with that model, and it was really just amazing because he got 144 Gyaradogas and made it like they were blowing up, and then he had the space scene in the background. So if you guys want to see something really cool, man, hit up Those Gundam Guys on Facebook, and GameraBanre.com is his website, so shout out to him.
Definitely. The other thing I want to say, I think was like the biggest turning point for master grades, is like you said, like around from like 2001 to 2007 or something around there, 8 even, they were doing a lot more master grades in a year than they do now. Of course, so the first master grade was 1995, and the first 4 were basically just 2 and then 2 variants.
Yeah.
Like it was the Arc 782, then Char's Zaku 2,
and
then the Black TriStar Zaku 2, which was just a variation of that. Yeah. And the 4th one in 1996 was the
G3?
Gundam G3, which is a variation of the first one. And then after that was the Zeta.
Yeah.
Was the 5th one. So even for the first couple of years, it was only a handful every year until about 2000, and there was like maybe 8 or so, it looks like, and then 2001 more. I think like 2001 was really like the big turning point for the master grade line, I think. Let me just read to you guys the kits that came out in 2001. There's the Camphor, Goof Custom, Hakushiki, GP03, the Re-GZ, the GM ground type that Tim was talking about, the first Cubile, the Sentinel version, Phaz, the Zeta Plus A1 test color version, the G Gundam, and the Gun Cannon.
Wow. That was really, such a great year. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of really good master grades that year. Of course, like you said, some of those are quite dated. Like the Phaz, very cool kit, very cool design, but the kit is definitely dated, and it's a little bit chunky. I mean, it's supposed to be chunky, but I mean, so much cool stuff came out that year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, just that was back when I had the original Child of Mecha going, and we had the forums and everything. And man, you know, just every month it was just like, oh my God, did you guys see this? Oh my God, did you guys see this? It was just, yeah, it was a really, really good time to be a fan of the Master Grade line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. A lot. So, and then, well, let's see. The HGUC line started in 1999. What's the oldest HGUC kit that you guys have built? I guess, Tim, you don't really make them very much.
You know, I don't. I have the original RX-78 actually sitting on my shelf in there. Still in the box, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's probably my only HGUC. So yeah, just not a fan of the size.
What I think is really interesting is that that didn't come out until the 21st kit in the line.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Master Grade line, it's the first. Real Grade line is the first. Let's see. What else? I guess those are just, the two main lines where it's the first one. But,
well, and it was funny because the HGUC line started just as a high grade line, but then they brought in the UC tag on it and made it kind of it gave it some spit and polish basically. The box art was so much better, and the engineering.
Right?
What's that?
They just made it really uniform.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
but the quality of the box art was a lot better too, because I remember the pre-HGUC kits were just kind of like, they're okay, but man, once you got that HGUC packaging, oh man, it was hard not to buy the kits just from the packaging alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the power of box art, man. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
I think
yeah.
I'm looking through the Dalong, and I think probably the earliest one that I have is the Rick Diaz. Yeah, that's probably like number 9 or 10 or something. And then I also have the original Hyakushiki. I haven't put it together yet, but with the super gold chrome. Yeah, that's probably one of my earliest.
What's interesting is that kit is 1,500 yen. The original Hyakushiki.
Oh yeah.
What's the Revive kit? The Revive is 1,800 actually. I thought it was going to be the same or less, but
okay. Yeah, it's not bad for gold-plated kit because normally gold plate just knocks it up tons of yen, but it's pretty good. Yes, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I was quite kind of surprised that the list price for that was 1,500 yen. I didn't really realize that. I think the oldest one I'm trying to see, I think that I've built is maybe the GPO1.
Oh yeah.
Number 13.
Yep.
Number 13, I guess.
I have, and close to that, I have the Bawu, the red one. I built that maybe 6 months ago, and that's just a great kit. And it's one of those things I'm putting it together. I'm like, this is great though. Yeah.
Well, you see, that's the thing. It's like you hear so many people say, "Oh, this needs a 2.0. This needs a 2.0," and I'm like, not really. Most of the lines don't need a 2.0. There are some exceptions, mind you, but most of the models are really, really solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially like the HG line. I think the nice thing about the HG line is their simplicity, in that if you really wanted to make it like better than what it is, like say if you really wanted a really nice quality Bawu kit in HG, and like the kit as is maybe just isn't quite enough for you. I mean, just because of like the simplicity of the parts and stuff, it really wouldn't be all that difficult to like just bash that with like just for example, I don't know, a Revive Force Impulse or something would be a new kit.
Yeah.
That'd be sort of similar just in its proportions anyway. You could at least use the joints and stuff. And it'd be relatively simple.
Definitely.
Some of the high grades that really blew me away were the hazels. I really liked the hazel when I first saw it because it's super chunky legs. And I built a few high grades before I built that. But then putting the hazel together, and there was semi-master grade tendencies to it, like the elbow joints were actually two sandwich parts that go together, and then the bicep and the forearm part comes off. And it was like an actual mini hinge, which any high grades I'd put together since then didn't actually have hinges like that. And I was really surprised because those are older kits, but they have really small parts, chest vents, and everything like that. And it was that kind of semi-inner frame on the elbows that really blew me away. So those are really interesting in my kind of journey of building Gunpla. Yeah.
Nice.
Those kits are super nice.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're coming up on our time here. Zach, I know you wanted to make some announcements.
Yes.
I think some people have been waiting for this.
You guys saw online there. It's a shame we have to cut this topic short. I think we could go on quite a bit talking more about this, and we were really only up to like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I think that was like when Bandai just really first started to get into like some of their better technology that we're all very familiar with now.
Yeah. That's really when I think the perfect grades started taking off, and you know, then they introduced the real grades, which were miniature perfect grades, and yeah, maybe we'll have to revisit this topic on a full episode with everybody.
Yeah,
part 2.
Yeah,
and especially
that's a good call.
More later stuff, I guess, like after 2000 and like the early 2000s is probably where a lot of us started to become more familiar with this. So we'll be a lot more familiar with this stuff in the past 15 years.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah,
I think that's a very good call.
Let me grab this stuff here. Mountain of things. So I'm going to be having a contest here to celebrate some big number achievements, I guess is what we call them. 25,000 on my YouTube channel, which is now after 26. I'm late to getting to the contest. And I think it was like 5,000 on Facebook, 4,000 on Instagram, and 1,000 on Twitter. Anyway, it all kind of happened like right about the same time. So just want to have a contest. Now, how to enter to win, I'll do a separate video on that just on my channel. That'll be about 48 hours from now. After this, later today, I'm going to upload the unboxing and review for the revived Yakushiki. Then after that will be my video talking about the contest. So today I just want to show you guys what the prizes are. Now all these prizes are donated. I'll talk more about that in the separate video. But so all these prizes have been donated to me. First is the Revive Gyan. Amazing kit. And all of these, I think most of these were chosen by me. It's like they were donated, but I chose which ones because I chose kits that I thought were really good and recent. So this one, amazing kit. Both of you guys, I would really recommend. Tim, I know you don't do a whole lot of HG, but
that box art though.
Yeah.
This kit is so good. Really good.
I never would have expected that because I'm not a fan of the design, but yeah, but I value
it at all. Yeah.
Yep. But I value just the fact that it's just a good kit to build. Yep.
The real grade, 00 Quant.
Oh yeah.
Also very good. I haven't built the X yet, but I was really impressed with the 00 Riser and this kit as well. It's also really nice kit. I'm not a big 00 fan, but really love this kit, so that says something there, I think. And the last HG, or last 1/44 scale, is a P Bandai kit.
Ooh.
This is a titanium version, titanium finish, Banshee Norm Destroy mode. So you get some gold, and all the black is all titanium. It's kind of hard to see, but.
So guys, I'm gonna quit the show so that I can actually enter and win these.
What's that?
I'm gonna quit the show so I can actually be allowed to enter to win that.
Green Psycho Frame.
That's cool.
Yep. So there's that. I have the unicorn mode version of this. It's really cool.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
The Banshee, I think, looks really good in titanium finish. It's black. The 100 Grimgird, also a fantastic kit.
Nice.
Highly recommended. This, in the 100 scale IBO line, between this and the Gray's Kai, I think are the best in the line.
Very cool.
So, there's that. And the last thing here is a master grade. Can you guess which one?
1.5.
Say the plus.
Hey, not even close.
Damn it.
Kind of close. It's based off the Gundam. It's the amazing Red Warrior.
Yeah, cool.
Master grade.
Yeah, another guy
Shield.
who got to the Shield factory too late. Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. Again, all of these were donated. I'll mention who donated which and give shout outs. Is it shout outs or shouts out? Shout outs to them.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
That's what I say anyway.
To them in that separate video. But those are all the prizes. So a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, man. Good prize. That's great.
Yeah, those are going to be separated, I think, into like 3 sets. So it'll be like maybe 2 and 2, and then maybe 1, maybe the master grade, maybe separate or something. I haven't quite decided that actually, so I need to decide that later today. And yeah, then I'll post up probably late tomorrow night, local time here, about that contest. Yeah, it'll be something pretty simple. Obviously, not going to ask you guys to build something because I don't want to have it go on for too long. But for the next contest after that, will be probably a building thing. So talk more about that later.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the milestone, Zach.
Thank you.
Very good. Well done. All right. So let's start to wrap it up here. Let's do some plugs and everything. Josh, you want to start us off? Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and my website, all Joshua Dara. I sell my Gundam ballpoint drawings on my website, joshuadara.com, and I ship worldwide, and I got a flat shipping rate, so if you guys are interested, hit me up with some orders there. And I love chatting to everyone. Send me some messages on Facebook or Instagram. Love hearing what you're all building. And I have some news as well. A lot of you know that Zach is going to the Philippines next weekend for the 10th.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that's right. It's I'll do my pronunciation. Nahal Agama Collective Festival, and it's on the Saturday. And I've been invited to go over to that. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of the people in the Philippines who I've chatted to on Facebook and Instagram. And I'll be bringing my Senanju to show and display, and also a bunch of my art prints as well. So come and say hi. It'd be great to meet all of you guys. Yeah. And that's about it. And hopefully I'll be posting some finished photos of my Zeta T1 within the next couple weeks. Yeah.
Damn it! I want to go to the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
left
guys.
out
The camera seems to be stuck on me, and it's not set like that. But so sorry about that. Anyway.
Oh no, it's all good. We're wrapping it up anyways. They don't care.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, I'll be in the Philippines next weekend, and surprise, Josh will be there too.
Yeah,
Nice.
This will be the first time Zach and I actually meet in person. So it's gonna be a nice romantic dinner and everything.
Can't
There you
wait.
go. Walk on the beach. Sweet.
One of the things that we're planning to do is to do a live episode of G-Check there, the new show that we started last month. Was that?
Yeah, I think last month. Yeah.
So we're planning to do that and a bunch of other stuff. Would like to, Josh, I don't think we've talked about this. Would like to skate while we're there, but I don't know if that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I might take my penny. We'll see how we go, but yeah, I'm not too sure about skating in the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah, with the way that they're cracking down on crime, I want to be sure not to break any laws. And I don't know what the law is about skateboarding, but I'm assuming it's probably maybe not a good idea.
Probably the same as in most countries. Yeah, you're not really meant to skate around on footpaths. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. It'd be a shame if we weren't able to, but
yeah,
I do want to come back
Damn
alive.
skater kids.
just graffiti and everywhere.
Yeah. Smoking the weed.
No, God, I didn't even say that. I'm worried about getting shot down by the police there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Eesh. Anyway,
Awesome. All right. So Zach, where can the people find ZakuAurelius if they don't
right
already
here
know?
on YouTube and also Instagram. As I said, following me on Instagram is the best way to know what's coming next on my YouTube channel, because I always post photos of kits as soon as I'm done snapping them. There's usually always a delay, just because I always have videos queued up for going onto YouTube. So if you want to know what's coming next in the YouTube videos, then just follow me on Instagram. And then also my Facebook page. Also, I post a lot of stuff there and share things from other people there and other models. And what else do I do there? Just post some thoughts. Obviously, Gunpla News is where I talk a lot about all the new release stuff, but usually, like when stuff is first announced and stuff, I'll post something up there on my Facebook page as well with just like some initial thoughts. So kind of using it where like it's kind of like Twitter, but I just can't really get into using Twitter. And
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Twitter is basically just where I just share other people's work.
I just stalk the Japanese modelers on there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about it. Cool. All right, rock and roll. So we'll finish it up here. You can find me on, well, the new childofmecha.com is coming soon. But in the meantime, Child of Mecha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you want to. But again, not really too much into the Twitter. Like I said, I just stalk the Japanese modelers on there for really cool stuff. You can check out really awesome clothing and stuff like that on the Child of Mecha store if you're so inclined. It is getting into the cooler season. Those sweatshirts look awesome on people, so check those out. But that's all I got. And guys, thank you for a wonderful show and wonderful conversation. Josh, it looked like you had an awesome time at GBWC. So shout outs to Hobby Co. for putting on an awesome event from what it looks like. It looked like a giant party.
Yep.
So good stuff. All right, guys.
One last thing.
One last thing.
Maybe tonight or very soon, I'm gonna be building this on a live stream. So if you're interested in these figurized busts, I'm gonna just snap that on a live stream and talk about that. So
is it a jailbait bust? Is it a jailbait bust?
If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, I see it on YouTube now. Never mind. Yeah. No, not my thing. Won't be watching. Sorry about that.
Awesome. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that just got awkward. Okay, cool. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We had about 115 people watching at one time, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I've ever seen it that high, so awesome. So, again, we're going to have another episode sometime this month. We're going to work on the details on that, and we'll let you know. So, as always, check Gunpla Talk on Facebook and each of our respective pages, too. A lot of us post Gunpla Talk news and information and stuff like that. We repost it and share it. So, without further ado, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.